Dear viewers, a very good morning to all of you. On the initiative taken by Punjab EduSet Society and Department of Technical Education Punjab, myself Sukhvinder Singh, Senior Lecturer, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Government Polytechnic College for Girls, Ludhiana. I am here to discuss a topic on printers with you, which is in the course curriculum of Personal Computer Organization in the class of Electronics and Communication Engineering 5th semester, the course curriculum designed by Punjab State Board of Technical Education and Industrial Training, Chandigarh. So, first of all, we will discuss what are printers, then their categorization, then classification, their working, and some popular printers or some mostly used printers, one by one their construction and working. So, what is a printer? Printer is basically an output device. There are two output devices in a computer system which are mostly used. Where basically there are many output devices, but two output devices are mostly used. One is a monitor, which is nowadays a part of computer system, the screen on which we see the output, the data processing, that is called monitor. There we can get the soft copy of output of the system or the process. And the printer is the another output device which is connected with the CPU, and an hard copy is obtained with the help of this printer, and this hard copy can be obtained on any paper or any transparency or any sheet. This is the mostly seen printer nowadays. The mostly used printer nowadays along with the computer system, this is a figure of that kind of printer. This is basically the laser printer, and nowadays the most popular printer is laser printer due to its high efficiency and the low rate. So, definition of printer, as we have already discussed, the printer is an output device. It obtains the output in form of hard copy, and this copy can be on paper or transparency. The both sheets, a paper sheet or transparency, which is to be shown on any overhead projector, the hard copy can be obtained on that transparency also with the help of the printer. The types of printers mostly used are dot matrix printer, laser printer, inkjet printer, thermal printer, and daisy wheel printer. Nowadays only inkjet and laser printers are mostly popular. The dot matrix printer was very much popular and very much used in early days, almost 10-15 years ago. There was only this kind of printer due to its low cost and the working efficiency was good at that time within the available printers, but nowadays inkjet and laser printers are mostly used, and thermal and daisy wheel printers are also not used these days. The printer can be categorized within the by the form of techniques used in image formation and the print mechanism. In image formation technique, that can also categorize the printer, and the print mechanism, how a print is obtained with the help of any printer on any paper or any transparency or any other sheet, that mechanism can also categorize the type of printer, and first category is first categorization by which the categories of various printers are defined, that is image formation technique. The image formation technique can be character formation method, and the second one is bit image formation method. In character formation method, the printable characters are made in advance as part of computer hardware. The characters which are to be printed are there in the hardware and are made in advance as part of the hardware in printer. The ready-made characters produce output during printing. It cannot print unavailable character. Suppose we have A to Z in capitals, A to Z in small letters, then 1 to 9 and 0, then some addition, subtraction and some extra signs, or any other character which is used in our daily life. But with other than these characters, no character can be printed in such kind of printer, because here printable characters are made in advance and only ready-made characters produce output during printing, and it cannot print unavailable character. In case of bit image formation method, the printer does not contain specific characters or shapes in advance. There is no characters made in the hardware, that is that it does not contain any specific characters or shapes in advance. The matrix of dots, in case of dot matrix printers, the matrix of dots is used to produce the required character, and it can produce any required patterns and styles, because the image formation technique used here is bit image formation method, and no advanced generated or advanced hardware characters are there. So, any required pattern and style can be produced in the printer which use bit image formation method. Mostly in the basic bit image formation method, which was dot matrix printer, the matrix of dots is used to produce the required character. Here is how the alphabet H, the capital H, is formed using bit image formation method. Here there is a matrix of 7 into 5 dots. The H can be made by coloring these first 7 dots, dots in this column, and then the fourth row, and then fourth row 5 columns, or the 3 left columns which are not covered in these 2, and the fifth column 7 dots are also colored. So, the H alphabet, the capital H alphabet is formed using bit image formation method in case of dot matrix printer. We will see in next slides how a bit image is formed in case of dot matrix printer. Then the print mechanism on the base of which the printers can be categorized are impact printer and non-impact printer. These are the print mechanism on the basis of which the printers can also be classified or categorized. On the basis of print mechanism, there are two kind of printers, impact printer and non-impact printer. As the name suggests, impact printers use an impact with paper or film to produce output. Here there is some impact or some pressure uh, in this kind of printer on the paper or with the paper or film to produce the output. For this impact or this pressure, normally a hammer is used against an inked ribbon. A ribbon which contains some ink, which is in the form of paper ribbon or cloth ribbon. Mostly cloth ribbon is used, which is inked, and normally a hammer is used for impact of that inked ribbon on the paper, so the dots are colored according to the requirement. The examples of impact printers are dot matrix, daisy wheel, drum and chain printer, etc. The non-impact printers are such kind of printers where there is no hammer or ink ribbon and they do not strike on paper. They use the methods of spraying ink, electrostatic magnetization and heating, etc. to form images on the paper. The examples of non-impact printers are laser, inkjet, thermal and electrostatic printers, etc. The printer categories on the basis of the speed or the efficiency are character printer, line printer and page printer. In case of character printer, the printing is done with by printing one character at a time and then combining that the full line and full page are printed. In case of line printer, it is some high speed than character printer. Here full line is printed in one go and then by printing various lines full page is printed. And in case of page printer, it is very fast printer, it is having very good efficiency. The full page is printed in one go. Now we will discuss the basic printer used in early times, that is dot matrix printer. The dot matrix printer, as we have already discussed, is an impact printer and it uses bit image formation method. There are no advanced character formation in such kind of printer, so we can get any style or any required image or any required character can be formed by using this kind of printer. The pattern of dots is placed on paper through inked ribbon to form any character or image. Here the pattern of dots is placed on paper. As we have discussed the printing of alphabet capital H with the help of dot matrix printer. It is not like that kind of dots that it was the slide which I shown earlier, that was the magnified dots there. In case of printing, there are very small dots, the tiny dots are there, which are seen only when we see carefully. Otherwise, the character is or image is seen as a continuous image. There it looks like any character which is any continuous and don't contain any dots. But if we see carefully or go or carefully see the any character, then we can see that there is the character is made up of some dots there, and it can print on almost all types of papers with same efficiency. The main advantage of this kind of printer was uh, it does not require any bond paper or any good quality paper. It can print on almost all type of papers, whether on rice paper, whether on simple papers, whether on bond papers or on transparency, and the efficiency remains the same in case of this kind of printer while printing the output. The construction of dot matrix printer is, it consists of a permanent magnet, an electromagnet, a spring and print pins. For each dot, this kind of arrangement is there. There is a permanent magnet, an electromagnet, a spring and a print pin. This is the block diagram of dot matrix printer pin. The short form as DMP, which is abbreviated as dot matrix printer. Here there is a permanent magnet, then an electromagnet, and then there is a spring, and then print pin is attached to this spring. So when it gets charged by when we apply some voltage from there, the voltage, the output is in the form of some voltage in case of computer system. So when this voltage is applied to this electromagnet, then there is electromagnetic induction is there, or then the spring moves, then print pin also moves towards the paper, or this acts as the hammer, and this presses on any ribbon, and then that ribbon is attached to a paper. So from this pressure, which gives the impact of this pin with the ribbon, that pin produces impression over the paper. The print heads are mostly of three types. They are of 9 pins, 18 pins and 24 pins. This is how the heads are arranged, the pins arranged in heads. In case of 9 pin head, it is of single column of 9 pins. In case of 18 pin head, it is of 2 columns of 9 pin each, and in case of 24 pin head, it has 3 columns of 8 pins each. So this is how the pins are arranged in print heads in case of dot matrix printer. This is the view of a 9 pin print head. In case of 9 pin print head, there is a from left side we see there is a permanent magnet, then there is an electromagnet, then spring, and then print pins are there. So all 9 pins have same arrangement. Permanent magnet is there, electromagnet is there, spring is there, and printing pin is there with each pin. And in case of 9 pin print head, there are these 9 pins having each having the same arrangement of permanent magnet, electromagnet, spring and the printing pin. In case of 18 pin print head, there will be same arrangement for the 2 columns of 9 pin each, and in case of 24 pin print head, there will be same arrangement for 8 pin each in 3 columns. Now, working of a dot matrix printer. The dot matrix printer generates character image using bit image formation inside its memory. It contains some memory inside it, and the image is generated using bit image formation method. The character image is accessed from the ROM of printer after it is decided and the head starts working. The print movement informations are sent by the computer along with ASCII codes of characters to be printed. The characters which are to be printed, their uh, movements informations are sent by the computer, from which we are going to take the data, we are going to take the output from which printer. They are from that computer, the 7-bit ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange, that is sent by the computer along with ASCII code of characters to be printed. Then these codes are stored in RAM of printer called buffer memory. The codes are stored in the random access memory of printer, which is called the buffer memory. After the buffer is full, the printing starts. When buffer gets the full information, then the printing of characters starts. The dot patterns are selected from the ROM, and print head fires the pin as per the dot pattern. The pin strikes the paper through the inked ribbon for printing. When all the characters have been decided and stored in ROM, and then after the buffer is full, then printing starts, and then dot patterns are selected from the ROM, and print head fires the pins as per the dot pattern which has been selected from the ROM, and then each pin strikes which pin is to be printed, that pin strikes the paper through the inked ribbon for printing. As we have seen that when any character like capital H has to be printed, then 7 pins of first column and 7 pins of fifth column, and then the fourth pin of second, third and fourth column are printed and they strike with the paper. So, the character H is formed on the paper, which is placed against the pins of the printer and attached or having impact with the inked ribbon. This is how the print pin works. This is the permanent magnet and this is electromagnet. With the when we apply some voltage to this electromagnet, it has some movement in the magnetic field, and this movement causes the movement of spring, and with the movement of this spring, the print pin goes from this point to this point, which is the ribbon, and by pressing from this movement of electromagnet, this pin presses the ribbon and that ribbon produces the dot image on the paper placed along with this ribbon. So, this is how the print pin gives the impression of its equivalent dot on the paper. This is the explanation about print pin. One end of each pin is connected to an individual electromagnet. On energizing, this electromagnet creates a magnetic field and repels the magnet at the end of each pin. This repulsive force causes the pin to move towards the paper, and strike through the inked ribbon, which causes printing of dot on paper, as we have already discussed. The next kind of printer is inkjet printer. It is also it is a non-impact printer. Here there is no hammer or no pressure of or no impact of any pin or anything else on the paper. So, this is called non-impact printer. It also uses bit image formation technique. It can print characters, graphical images and pictures. Any character or any kind of image and picture can be printed with with the help of this kind of printer, because there are no ready-made characters formed in the hardware. It produces images by spraying ink on the paper. As the name implies, the main working or the main funda in this kind of printer is it produces images by spraying ink on the paper. That is why the name inkjet printer. It can print monochrome as well as colored images, and it uses a jet of ink for printing. The jet of ink is used for printing by spraying ink on the paper. That is why the name inkjet printer. The construction of inkjet printer, it consists of small print head which moves across the paper horizontally. The small print head which moves across the paper horizontally. Head is mounted on a roll called head movement roll. With the support of a roll, the head mounted moves across the paper horizontally, and this head is called this roll is called head movement roll. The paper is placed in front of this head. Front part of head contains tiny nozzles, and back part has a place to keep the ink cartridge, and it contains a piezoelectric crystal or resistor which causes the ink to be sprayed on the paper. The piezoelectric crystal or resistor is there which causes the ink to be sprayed on the paper. The working of inkjet printer is explained here. The resistor forces the ink out of the cartridge. The resistor which we are using, that is a small resistor, it forces the ink to come out of the cartridge. And print head is made of small chambers where ink is filled from the reservoir. Each chamber is attached to a nozzle. Head is attached to ink cartridge box which can have colored or black ink. On applying the electric current, here is the main principle of working. On applying the electric current, the crystal twitches. When we apply the electric current to the piezoelectric crystal, then the crystal twitches when we apply the current, and it forces the ink out of chamber and then sprays on the paper as per the required dimension. Now the required dimensions will be decided by the electric current. The twitching will be done according to the electric current, and this force on the ink out of chamber, and it will be sprayed on the paper as per the required dimensions. This is the figure for the inkjet printer. The ink cartridge is there. Here print head and nozzle are shown. This print head moves horizontally along with the paper, and the nozzle sprays the ink uh, as per the required dimension. This is the cross section of print head of inkjet printer. Here the ink is this is ink filling chamber are there, and thin film resistor